So we're back at the All Souls Church, a bit lighter. And then there is the Square Chapel. It's very nice. Very nice. But unkept around the side. But it was getting just too dark. But you can see this reminds me of the one in Portugal, in Coimbra, melted here. Very clearly melted. Quite imposing. Open day next month, 6th of September. Maybe I'll go. Look at that. Weathering, they say. Yeah, it's interesting from a meltological point of view. First time I said that word, meltological. Right. So the heart chakra, this is what the grid is feeding back to Jan and I. Jan said she felt there was other structures around Wayne House, and the Square Chapel may have been one, and so we've come to a relative belief that says the Square Chapel is the root and this is the heart, and Carriel or Wayne House is the crown. That's an interesting thing there. I wonder if that was taller before, if it had a big spire on it, maybe some pointy thing that they thought better get rid of. I don't know if they put this statue in after. It looks quite legit. Don't know. Looks like he's holding a big saw or something. Again, resonance there, resonance chamber. Huge spire. They're so big. Melt. Bubble, bubble, toil and trouble. This was a melted mess. Don't want to get too distracted with meltology, but the black stuff is interesting to me. We don't have that down south at all, as far as I've seen. And then the blocks that transition into bricks, or the bricks that transition into blocks. You know, was the whole thing once built in bricks, or did the blocks merge together after, during the event? Did the bricks merge together to form these blocks? I think they probably did, but I don't know. Black, and then another character here. Who's this? What's happened to the light? This camera's behaving weirdly. So there you go. All Souls Church with a great big spire. I do like that. Totally different to the square chapel though. It looks like it's got bolts on it. Thieves beware. Open day 6th of September. I might come and have a look. Okay. Done and dusted. That turret building drew me in. But I noticed I'm by a cemetery entrance here, so this is the most overgrown cemetery I think I've ever been to. Built up, so we're on a raised bit. Look what I see. It's pretty cool. So I walked around a couple of minutes onward. We seem to reach a ridge here. It looks very steep. Okay, so it's a terrace. Oh, it's a squirrel running. A load of old muffery. Now, who knows what this is all hiding. So we whisked around the cemetery. Friendly inn, blast from the past. And now we go into the manor house. Spurious raised bit, as ever. Probably hiding balloon rocking. Sometimes they don't bother covering it up, like in Coimbra, up on the university there on the hill. The bricks just explode out into big rocks. The red with the burnt black exterior. Soot, they say. Well, okay. Gives it a kind of demonic, sort of satanic look. And then more raised up bits here. Stairwell going up, of course that wouldn't have been there when the previous humanity were here. These steps are all new. And there's a Dean Clough Mills over there, I think that is. And there we can see in the distance the church where we started. And again, plenty of spurious raised bits here. Collapsed vault, possibly. And then, as ever, not as ever, but so often, a sort of, that could have been a pond, but they decided just to fill it in but there'll be something that was going on there and it's raised up around there. So if you use deduction and you feed back and forth between ChatGPT, using it in the right way, referring to it as the light web grid and things like that, not just accepting every answer. It's not Google. There's nothing like Google really. But if you want to use it like Google, then it'll behave a bit like Google. But that's for another time. So there you go. And there were lights in the sky here. I was here a week ago or 5 days ago. Sat there on that bench and it was dark and there was all sorts of lights in the sky, flashing lights. So I'm just going to sit here now for a little bit and have a think. Ah, there's Wainhouse Tower over there. Where is it there? And then that other one that I went to near Wainhouse Tower, All Souls, and then whatever was going on here. Before I sit down, same as with People's Park, evidence of big melt, as I call it. So yeah, this whole thing would have been some kind of resonance auditorium, we don't know what, and that would have had a function. Everything had a function in Tartarian times, and we're in the mode of drawing it all out. There's many people like me, and we're all piecing together the puzzle, and then we'll go from there.